Hello, I am Inez Alea from ToleratedCinematics.com, and today I will be showing you how to create abstract tracking lines in Adobe After Effects. So it's a pretty easy effect, pretty cool, and it's quite popular on the internet, so you've probably already seen it, but for the sake of the tutorial, here is a preview. Okay, so you can see the effect. It's quite nice, but very easy to accomplish with After Effects, so everyone should be able to follow along in this tutorial, even beginners. So first of all, you want a shot. Most of these shots are static shots, but it doesn't really matter, with a moving object in focus. So you can see here I have a plant with a dragonfly on it, and I want to just track lines from each corner from a plant to another plant and so on. Just do something abstract, doesn't really have to make sense at all, but before we are going to do that, we are going to start over here with creating a null object. So we want to prepare a little bit of things. So 0, this is null 1, let's duplicate it 4 times. Let's make 4 nulls for this tutorial. Of course you can make more, but you'll see what we're going to do in this tutorial with these nulls. So create 4 nulls, and oh, that's one too much. Okay, and then change the color of the null. So you can see over here, if you click on one of these squares, you can change the color. So just for the sake of being to get a nice overview, you want to change these colors. So now we have 4 nulls, 4 different colors. We can start tracking our footage. So click on your footage, go to track motion. If you don't see this tab, go to window tracker, click on track motion, and then because I'm using 4K, my track point is really tiny over here, so I have to zoom in and make it a little bit larger so I can move it around. So you move it around, make it bigger, smaller, but note that the bigger you make it, the longer it's going to take to track. Doesn't really matter because it doesn't take that long anyway, so I'm just going to pick something that I'm certain won't be harming my my track. So once you've set up your track, try to make it in a position you want your null to be. So you will see in a second what I'm meaning, but I'm just pointed at a corner of a leaf or whatever you're doing with your footage, and then click over here to track forward. So click and let it go through. Okay, so my point is finished tracking, and if you did it right, it should be holding that position for the whole track. So I can see my nulls are all the same name, so I'm going to rename them before I'm going to bind them to a null. So rename them by clicking on the layer, hit return on the keyboard, and then just rename it and so on. So it's pretty easy. You should be able to follow along. If you don't, well, check some newbie tutorials. Okay, so click over here to go to edit target, layer, null 1. Okay, and then if you have null 1, hit apply and hit OK. Okay, so now we have one null holding that position. So you can see the null 1 is holding that leaf corner, so it's following along pretty nice. Okay, so one null has been done. So next up, we are going back to our layer and track again. So track motion, and now we want to track another position. So let's say we want to track let's say this position, no, this position, because it has a nice contrast. It's green and black, so should be working nicely. Put it in place like this and adjust the size. Okay, and track forward again. Okay, so my second track is also done. So go to edit target and choose the null 2. Okay, click OK. Then we're going back to the beginning. Click on the layer again. By the way, we can see if we click on the null 2, if we are going back to composition, because now we are in the layer. If you go to composition, then you will see everything that's in here. If you double click on one layer, it's going to open up the original raw footage to track, so it's always doing that. So if you can't see your original footage with your effects, go back to composition tab. Okay, so if we click on the null 2, it should also be pasted. Oh, we didn't apply it yet, so click back on our footage, Double click it by the way. Edit target, null 2, okay, and apply. Always make sure your time scrubber is at the beginning of your timeline, because else it's going to start copy and pasting the track points from that position. So we need it at the start of our timeline. So hit OK, and now it should be pasted to that exact null. So let's see if that's working out. Okay, these two nulls are perfect. Okay, click back on our layer again. Double click track motion on a different position. Let's zoom out and find a different position. So maybe this point here, just for the sake of the tutorial. Okay, and hit track forward. Okay, so I made a little mistake over here. So you can see my tracking object is going out of frame, so I can't use this one. So I'm going to take a different one. So zoom back in and move it to a different location. So let's say we're going to do this one, and I'll be tracking this again. Okay, so this point is already tracked. So we're going to edit our target again, go pick null 3, hit OK, and apply. Well, make sure your time scrubber is at the beginning, so cancel this, go to the beginning and apply. Okay, so there we go. We have 3 nulls already done, so 1 more to go. Click back on our layer and double click and take a different location. So I'm going to make it a little bit, okay, it's not working. I need to zoom in. Okay, there we go. I'm bad at zooming. Okay, so let's position this just over here. Why not? Oh, there we go. And track forward again. And we're done. So hit edit target and null 4. Okay, go to the beginning and apply. And there we go. We have our 4 nulls tracked to our leaves. So thanks for watching and goodbye. Oh, you also want to know the other things. Okay, so hit Command A, just press U twice so we have everything organized and clean. We're going to create a new solid. Over here we are going to make a square solid. So let's say 100 by 100 and hit OK. So now we have a nice white solid, and we want to change, pick our ellipse tool, click it and double click it. So now we have a nice mask of a circle on our solid. So now we have this circle, maybe make it a little bit tinier. So let's say 25, or is that too small? No, 25 is perfect. Okay, press P on the keyboard. Okay, and then your null 1. So let's duplicate this one 4 times as well. So 1, 2, 3. 3 is actually 4. Okay, so rename them again. So hitting the return key on the keyboard. Okay, there we go. Position them above our nulls so we can get an organized view of what's going on. Also change the color of the nulls to the same color nulls of our nulls. So blue. Okay, and this one is, I guess it's lavender, yeah, and orange. Orange, do you see orange? Is it yellow? No, it's orange. Yeah. Okay, so now we have an organized layer setup, but now all we have to do is bind these little points to our nulls. So that's pretty easy. You can just press P on the keyboard for to reveal the position for a layer. Well, let's do that for all the layers. Press P on the keyboard. Okay, and now what we want to do is hold Alt on the first circle. Hold Alt and click on the stopwatch, and now we're going to pick with this to the position. So now what it's going to do is it's going to copy the exact position each time, each frame from this null. So now if we hit enter, well, no, not enter, just click at the beginning, we will see that one point should be aligned to that leaf. So you can see the point is tracked perfectly to that leaf. So now what I want to do is do this for all the layers. So click on the second white solid, Alt click on the stopwatch and pick the position. Then the other one, Alt, position, Alt, position. So it's that easy, and we're done with the points. Hit U on the keyboard again, Command A to select everything, U on the keyboard, so we don't have the all the options available because we don't need them. Okay, so now we have all these points tracked to our leaves. Now all we want to do is connect them with lines. So we'll need a different effect. So create a new layer, new solid, and line 1. Okay. Now that line 1, well, make sure layer solid settings. I forgot something, so make it comp size again, so we don't need that square solid anymore. So click OK, and then we're going to choose the effect beam. Okay, drag it onto our solid, and now we have an ugly beam effect, but we're going to change this color both to white. Okay, so something went wrong with my voice there. Okay, so we're going to connect the starting point to one point and the ending point to another point. So let's say we want to combine 1 and 2, then we're going to the position of our null 1 and null 2, go back to the line, maybe drag it down here, and then we're going to alt click on the starting point and drag it down here. Okay, so now what I want to do is alt click on the ending point and drag it also on the null 2. Okay, so if you are going to see our beam effect isn't connecting because we also have to change the length to 100, and now we have a perfect connection between these 2 points. So if something wasn't clear, try to watch it again or watch me doing the other points. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this effect, pick the other 2 nulls, Control to select multiple ones, press P on the keyboard, line 2. Yeah, I guess it's line 2, or did we duplicate? Oh, it's okay. Change this to line 2, and then hit U to reveal all the effects for that line 2. And then what we want to do is click on the first text layer, and then just pick with it to the 3, and the second one to the 4. So drag it up here, and for some starters this might start to get confusing, but just try to watch closely as what I'm doing. It's a little bit harder to explain if you already, like me, are familiar with these effects. So it's hard to explain it on a level that starters with After Effects are doing. So just try to follow along. Just try to copy what I'm doing. So now we have 2 lines connected. So what we want to do is connect this line to this line. So I'm going to click over here. So this is null 4, and this is, click on it. It's null 2. Okay, so now we want to connect null 4 to null 2. So duplicate this line 2, and it's line 3. Press U on the keyboard, and then just connect these. So 1 to the 4. Okay, click on the 4 and click on null 2 to reveal its position. Okay, I was clicking the wrong button here. Okay, so I've revealed the position for null 2 and null 4. So now we can connect this. Well, null 4 is already connected, so we are just going to change the null 3 to null 2. You can see it over here. To which layer it's connected. Okay, so now we have like a cross line. So now we want to do the same thing for the null 2, null 1, and null 3. Okay, so duplicate this and press U and connect this to the 1. I probably didn't. No, I didn't. Okay, go back and don't release it. I have to press P on the keyboard again, so I always forget this. And then for the 3 as well. So now connect 1 to position 3 and 1 to position 1. Okay, there we go. I hope this wasn't too complicated. I know it might be. I'm sorry for that in advance. But now we have a nice connection like this. Well, if you want to go crazy, add more points and create a nice composition in your points, because I know this isn't a nice composition. Maybe some lines going over there, one over here, connecting this to this and this to this. I don't know. Get crazy with it. I just wanted to show you an example in this tutorial. What you can do as well is click on a text layer, click and create a new text, so text. But what we're going to do is click on the position for example from null 4, and press P on the keyboard to reveal its position. Then click on the text, open up the text, and alt click on the source text. And what you're going to do is also pick with it to the position. But maybe position, yeah, you can just choose position. And now what we're going to see is it's going to reveal the position. Well, it's just some random numbers actually to keep it abstract. And then you can also link it to that null 4 by going over here, null 4, and now it's going to follow along, so it's tracked to that point as well. Now we can move it over here. Now we can see if we're going to play it back, it's going to move along to this point. Well, if you don't want these comma numbers, what you can do is click on the text over here that we have added, and then go to the beginning, hit write math.floor, open parentheses and close them. Okay, and close them. That's all you have to do. Okay, and now that should work. So we only have our floor number, as we can say. Okay, so now we have this, and now you can just duplicate it and put it over everywhere, or just choose a different text. But now we have something cool looking. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I know it might be a little bit confusing. I'm sorry for that, but I'm sure you will find a way to work it out. If you don't find a way, leave a comment and I'll try to help you as good as I can. If you like this tutorial, give it a like, subscribe for more. Also leave suggestions in the comments below. You can always leave a suggestion for a tutorial, and then I'll try to make the tutorial come true, if it's possible, of course. Don't ask me to do magic, because I don't know magic. Okay, so thanks for watching and goodbye.